I put out a call for questions. We weren't going to do the damn Discord channel today because it's a Luddy staple. Except I kind of said, you know what? I think Sean's up for this. He has plenty of opinions. He was already mad about TV availability and all this preseason game numbers. So I said, let's get Sean ranting today and then do this. So I put out a late request, and boy, the diehards, I wasn't sure if they would get into it, and they did. We've got lots, so we will not have enough time to get through them all. We don't even have to make up questions pretending to be diehards. You ready for this, Sean?
I only did that once.
Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Okay, let's get it started.
In here.
Here's our Sooner fan, newest diehard, or one of the new ones. Can we have the line discussion now, Sean?
Yeah,
we got jokes, don't we? And that wasn't even a plan.
We got jokes. We got jokes. Yes, we can. Yes, lines. You can talk about lines. What do you want to talk about with lines?
All right. Well, Sooner fan actually said a more serious question is, what would you say to Stars fans who are tentative to believe the depth on this team is better than years past, mainly given the defensive additions that weren't the sexy choices?
I think I said this when we talked about the Dumba signing before. I think the Stars are a deeper team than they were at this time last year, 12 months ago. I don't think they're a deeper team than they were on the blue line when Chris Tanev was here. I think those two things can be separate. Like, going into this season, the Stars are a better team than they were going into last season. Now they have some questions that they have to grow and figure out. They are not a better defensive team than they were when Chris Tanev was here. I don't know if anyone's made that claim, but Tanev being gone is difficult to replace. So I think that's when I say this team is deeper. It's deeper than they were this time last year going into the season, and maybe they have to make another move. That's how I look at that. Also, by the way, quick shout out to I think the person who asked that question, if I saw the art style right, they had their picture as a Sports Tune. I believe that's art probably commissioned by my guy Sports Tunes, who does a tremendous job. Go give him a follow on Twitter and his stuff. He's an amazing artist, cartoonist. Give him a follow too. So, yeah.
Maybe that is him, eh?
It could be. Maybe Sport Tunes. No, I bet you he'd have the Sport Tune. Maybe, I don't know. We'd have to find out. So, Sport Tunes, if you're listening or watching, let us know. Is that you, or is that somebody that just has one of your pieces of art?
And feel free to draw a picture of the four of us anytime you want to.
Or five.
I would
John
love
is part of the show.
And include John. Make a whole circle of it. I love it. I do good producing.
Yeah. All right, let's go to the next one as the do-good over here. T-11. Sean, as a beer league goalie, what's the most annoying thing that happens in a game? Can't say lack of back checking because it's beer league, and people who back check in beer league are squares.
It's defenders who try to push the opposing player, the opponent, into you. I had this example on Wednesday night in my beer league game where we were on the penalty kill, and defender of my team pushed the guy into me, thinking like, "Oh, it'll make him battle." No, it'll just give him full like right to just like jump into me. And since it's beer league referees, it's like, "Oh, the net's off. Let's just do a face off right here." That's all. So it's defenders that put you in harm, but that are willing to push someone into you. That to me is the most annoying thing. Back checking, you accept that's not going to happen. You accept that guys, even though you yell at them thousands of times, are going to misplay the 2-on-1 every single time. You accept all of that. It's the physical harm where my 30-something-year-old body is now potentially being mangled against the posts by unplanned actions is the most annoying thing.
Something you just can't replicate in practice.
No, can't replicate in practice.
All right, let's go to the next one. Sean, how do you feel about lines? That's from Sam Nessler because he can't help himself.
Yes, yeah.
All right, and we have another question underneath. AJ and Rules. Sean, y'all may have answered this in an episode that I missed, but what are your thoughts about the possibility that the NHL may be the first of the big four leagues to expand to 36 teams? And he's right. We did talk about NHL expansion, but let's answer the question anyway, because we always have new listeners. So what do you think about that possibility?
I think 36 is too much. Like, honestly, we're at 32 right now. I can see the justification for 33 and 34. I at least have the conversation on that, but I think the talent and the level of the game right now is I think 32 is enough, and I would be okay with 34, but I just at some point you've got to, if you're going to keep going, you have to find some other solution to me that North American sports will never embrace, right? Like, if you want to give me a world where if we're going to go up to 40 teams, you're going to give me a 20 team tier 1 and tier 2, and then we're going to go promotion and relegation, fine, I'm all aboard for that. But I can't. 36 to me is too many where in a closed system.
I just eventually feel like we're going to play 82 regular season games against 82 other teams.
No, it's not going to be that much. Go to the September 24th episode of the DLLS Stars podcast if you want to hear our full discussion about expansion. But I actually think that we will get to 36. I think it will take time. It's not going to be 4 teams at once. It might be, let's just spitball, it might be Houston and Atlanta first. And then at some point, Arizona gets restarted as a franchise under new ownership, and then a 4th city to balance it out. Sean, if we do get to 34, I would love to see them dissolve the divisional playoff format and just go to conferences. But if we do get to 36, I could see 9 teams in each division of 4.
Yeah.
It's a lot, though. 9 in a division is a lot.
It's a lot. We should, yeah. It's the classic Jurassic Park line. You spent so much time thinking about how and didn't ask if you should. So
there's no way that's it.
Well, why don't you explain it? Because Sean can't see, neither can our listeners.
I'm just noticing. I have a comment from someone.
I can see the chat.
Yeah, but were you looking at the chat?
Do you see that someone named Luds commented it and said 2-0 boys?
Oh wow.
I have no confidence in the world that is actually Craig Ludwig commenting in on this.
So here's how it would happen. Luddy would have to be able to find. There's the chat.
His wife is very good at tech, though.
He says, yeah, but he would have to know how to get on his phone, find our YouTube link, which is everywhere, but he would still have to find it, click on it, get to the chat part, and then type in the chat.
No way.
I think he can. I think that's Lud.
Do you not remember the Google Doc conversation from last night?
Yes.
He still doesn't know where our Google Doc is for our show.
Shawshank Doc.
One of the best movies of all time, by the way.
But how did his brain even connect those two?
He did text us in the group chat today that he had already won the game this morning. So it's 3:00 Central Time, just about. I wouldn't be surprised if he's 2-0.
2-0 with how many beers?
Yeah, he also sent us this.
Guess what? He just sent a picture.
Yeah.
Look at this. So we got a text from Buddy. He must be watching the show. I can't read it, but he basically said, "F you, it's me." So confirmation that's Luddy.
It is Luds.
Hey, thanks for listening today,
Luds.
All right, let's get back to the damn Discord because Luddy wants to see if Sean is giving him the Wally Pitt treatment or not.
Mm-hmm.
Freelancer, Sean, what would you project the Stars will sign Stankoven, Johnston to contracts-wise? Boy, that's a really interestingly worded sentence.
I don't write
Do
good.
you see them both getting 8 years or more bridges?
Oh, I think Johnston. I mean, I look at Johnston as a 8-year investment. That's someone that I would be, from a Stars perspective, I would be trying to lock him up and get that done. Like, yeah, that one to me, Johnston to me is definitely an 8-year push. Now it's an interesting conversation because Johnston's agent also has to be Tom Harley's agent. So there is a bit of from Johnston's perspective, the betting on yourself with a bridge deal could be the better play. Stankoven to me is one where, because he's only in year 2, right? He'll be year 3 of RFAs next year. So this is still a little bit down the line. So there's still some time for us to learn what Logan Stankoven really is. While we all of us on this show have been pretty high on where he goes and everything like that. I use the term quite a bit where the league learns you and then you have to adapt. We're going to see what happens with Stankoven this year when the NHL kind of gets an idea of who he is and how he's going to adapt. So the Stankoven question, I'd love to be able to lock him up for an 8-year deal and get that done. I'd love to be able to say that. I'd also like to, thank you, Lutz. I'd also like to see more proof. There's more time I have right now, just by how it works, to take more time to do that. So, but Johnston is the Stars should jump on trying to get him done to an 8-year deal next year.
as
That's
fast
something
as
that
they
should-
can.
Yeah.
Because
as fast as possible.
I'm going to
Yeah.
quote Sam's favorite podcaster, which is none of us, but Elliot Friedman. And he has said this repeatedly, including a recent episode, which you probably heard. The price never goes down with young talent.